Hey, good morning guys, Tush coming at you. Just coming up to 10 o'clock on Wednesday, August the 12th. And we got sort of a crappy day outside again. It's actually pretty cold and windy. Almost need a sweatshirt out here. It's about 17 degrees Celsius, so hopefully it's going to get a little warmer. But yeah, quite overcast today. And anyway, we're going to pack away the doors. They seem to have turned out okay. So I'm happy with that. So we'll put those in the trailer out of harm's way. And we will move on to either the hood or the fenders. Probably the hood first, get that out of the way. And I think what I'm going to do today, since it's such a crappy day and not really good for painting at the moment, I think what we're going to do is give the garage a bit of a cleaning. And I think what we'll do is we'll get the car down off jack stands and we'll put it on the rollers and kind of move it off to the left. I sort of intended on doing the body tub first as far as painting was concerned, but ended up doing the panels first. So I didn't sort of set the car up very strategically to give myself very much room to do the panels. So I've been sort of fighting with the position of the car over the last few days. So what I think I'll do is I'll just bite the bullet, get it off the stands, put it back on the rollers, and push it over to the left hand side of the garage. So I think that's what we'll do, and in the process we'll give a good sweep and wash out of the floor in here as well. So that's what the plan is for today anyway, and we'll see if it warms up during the afternoon. Okay, guys, just coming up to 1:45, and we got a bit more space to work with. We got the car back down off jack stands, we put the tires back on, we've pushed it over to get the left hand side of the garage. So there you go. We gave it a good sweep out. We did an old trick from my friend Pete, used the leaf blower. Give it a good dusting, and we're ready to go. I just wish it would be a little warmer out. We're still hovering at 20 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so I think it's a little too cool. So based on the reducers I have anyway, so we'll probably hold off painting for today. Maybe what we'll do is we'll pull that front apron off, or at least start pulling the front apron off, because I know I got to get that sanded down. So maybe that will be my afternoon project. Got to be done sometime, so I may as well make it today. All right, guys, 1:45, back out in the garage after a quick bite of lunch. So we're going to remove the front apron as we mentioned. So quite a bit to do on this. Obviously got to remove the grill. In behind the grill there's an air deflector, a radiator protector, or radiator deflector that's got to be removed. Obviously all the badging has to be removed, the striping, the headlight buckets. It's all attached to a cross brace here on the inside. It's all got to be unbolted, and the hood popper has to come out as well. So anyway, we'll get to it. It'll probably take a little while for us to get that done. Anyway, we'll get it off the car. All right, guys, just coming up to 3 o'clock, and we've got the front apron back off. You can see how dirty it is under there. It's unbelievable how much dirt there is just from the car sitting here in the garage over the winter with me working on the other TR3, the 59 TR3. Even though it was covered, you get a lot of dust obviously running up off the floor up into the engine compartment. So yeah, we'll have to clean that off for sure. And anyway, we've got the rest of the bits over here. There's the grill and the air deflector shield for the radiator, and a couple of bags of lights, hood popper, etc., trim rings, and we've got the front apron over here on a stand. And again, you can see how dirty it is on the inside. Unbelievable. Anyway, we'll take the badging off, we'll bag that up, and get the stripe off of it, and we'll get into some sanding. Alright, just a quick update for you. Alright guys, there it is. It's all torn down, stripes off, badges are off. Just needs to be washed down. And then we'll start the sanding on it. Alright. Onwards and upwards. Alright guys, quick end of the night update. It's about 7:45, and the front apron is now wet sanded down to 600 grit. So it's looking good. I just went through and did a few little touch-ups, but we'll let it dry overnight, and we'll come and wipe it down, and we'll check again. So we're looking forward to a good day tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be about 25 to 27 degrees Celsius, somewhere around there. And that's about close to 80, I would believe, so that should be a good day to spray tomorrow. So we've got this panel and we've got the hood pretty much ready to go. So we'll probably end up doing those tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes okay. I may want to do the panels separately. This one's a bit of a challenge. It's got lots of little undulations in it, so presented a little bit of a challenge to me last time I sprayed it. I feel a little bit more confident now, though, and I've just been sort of working on a little double stack arrangement of my stands to make it sit more flat, basically. So I think I've come up with a good solution that way, because I think the last time I sprayed it I had it sort of tip back and I ended up having a lot of clear and that kind of stuff puddling in here. So anyway, we've got that rectified, I think, and we'll put that into practice tomorrow. So that's about it for tonight, guys. I think we'll call it a night, and we'll get out here bright and early and get the garage set up and ready to paint for the day. Hey, good morning, guys. Touch coming at you. Just about 9:40 on Thursday, August 13th. We got a beautiful day outside today. Well, this morning is anyways. This afternoon's supposed to be calling for thunder showers again, so hopefully we'll be able to get our painting done before then. So we're back on that front valance this morning. So everything looks good. There's a few little areas that need to be scuffed up, but for the most part it's in pretty good shape, almost ready to go. So we'll finish that up. We'll wipe it down with grease and wax remover, and should be ready to paint. So that's what we're going to do. We plan on getting this paint today, and hopefully the hood, the top side of the hood, painted today. I'm going to do one at a time. I don't want to load the garage up. I just want to sort of concentrate on one piece at a time. Plus I need both stands actually for this one piece to be able to do this accurately. So we'll do one piece at a time. Hopefully, like I said, it'll stay fairly nice outside, and I can actually move this piece outside to dry later on. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. We'll Alright, guys, just coming up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the front apron is now painted and clear coated and just sitting outside in the driveway drying. Few runs on it. That's a really difficult panel to paint. There's so many undulations in it and curves that the clear seems to want to pool, particularly in the headlight pockets. I don't think it really matters too much how you position the panel. It just always seems that that clear wants to sort of run there a little bit. But it didn't help at all either that it was a little bit cool this morning when I sprayed. It was probably only about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And I have slow hardener for the clear coat, so it probably needs at least 80 degrees. I did put a little bit of accelerator in it, but you can't go too crazy with that stuff. Anyway, a little sanding in my future, but it's done, so we'll move on to the next panel, which is the bonnet. Alright, guys, just coming up to 5:45, and we've had a pretty productive day painting. So the hood's now done. It looks not too bad. There's a couple of issues with it, nothing major. I did get a little tiny run on one little area, just right here, not really noticeable. So I should be able to take care of that, no problem. And the only other issue I can see is I got a little mark right there, and I've got a little tiny bug. I'm not sure if he's on the top coat, but just a little tiny bug there. Other than that, it's not bad. It does have some trash in it, but that can be buffed out. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So another panel down, and we'll move on to the next items that I have. Let me just go out this way. I've got them just set out here on the 59 TR3A, sitting at the side of the house. I've got the two rear fenders here, ready to go. So we're just going to move those inside. Looks like we might get some rain possibly. It's getting a little dark over there, so I think we'll move these inside out of harm's way, and we'll get to work on those in a little while. Alright, that's it for now. Just a quick update. Just coming up to about 7:30, and we're done for the night. We're going to stop with the hood, or bonnet, whatever you want to call it. So I'm pretty happy with that. It came out okay. Like I said, just that one small run. So we've got the two rear fenders on deck. We'll start those tomorrow. I was thinking about doing them tonight, but the problem with doing them at night, you start getting a lot of bugs in the garage going after the lights. So I don't want them landing in the clear coat. So what we'll do is we'll get up bright and early tomorrow, supposed to be not a bad day tomorrow, so we'll get out here first thing and start working on the rear fenders. So hopefully by tomorrow, end of day, we'll be able to have the front fenders done as well. They're still in the trailer. We'll dig those out maybe tomorrow afternoon after we finish up the rear fenders. So we're in pretty good shape. The last thing to do will be the body tub, and we'll hopefully get to that maybe on Saturday morning. We'll see how the weather is, but that's the plan right now, that maybe we'll get some color and clear on the body tub. And the only other thing I might want to do is to grab the hardtop off the 59, and depending on how much paint we have and how much clear coat we have at the end of the day, we may actually try to get the hardtop from the 59, which will actually go on the 60 into the same color paint, because I think we'll use that on the 60 versus the 59. So that's the plan anyway, but we'll see how we do as far as paint is concerned. I want to make sure I actually have a little bit of paint left over at the end of the day, just if I need to do any repairs to any panels. The only one that's sort of suspect right now is the front apron. It's got a few runs in it that I'll have to sand out, so hopefully we'll be successful on that and I won't need a respray. The other thing I got to be considerate of that I have to buff all these panels at some point, or yeah, probably all these panels will need buffing. So I know when I buffed last time I had a little issue with one of the doors that I had to repaint because I buffed through and burned one of the edges. So you never know, I might need a little bit of extra paint to fix any faux pas down the road. That's it for now, guys. We'll upload this and we'll get back out here tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.